How you doing? Whoa, 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 whoa. What is going on, folks? Will Turbot here, aka the reincarnation of L. Ron Hubbard. Fake Mike, real news. What's up, guys? I see Mrs. J in the chat. It's always good to see Mrs. J. Nicholas Varela, always good, man. Thank you for having my back since day one. I'm going to be joined by a guest, hopefully momentarily. I've talked about this young man, but I haven't had the chance to get him on. I've promoted his GoFundMe before. The link's in the description, as well as Mrs. J's here. I wonder if I can pin that comment. I don't know. I can't pin that comment because I'm not in, because I'm in StreamYard. But anyways, link is in the description. We're gonna hear his story. I've talked about this before. This young man. Hold on one sec. He's trying to get in here. Yep, we're gonna go live with Justin tonight too. We'll see Justin later. What's up, Mike? Who's here with me? Leave me some comments. Anthony, good to see you. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about. We got a friend joining us in a sec. By the way, guys, just think about the hat and the shirt. That's right, we got merch. We'll be selling it soon on the website. Wheat crash shot. Eric, what up, Mike Gematria nerd? What's going on, guys? Yeah, if you want to get one of these hats, you can for a donation. Hoodies for a donation. We got tees. I got the Kamala Harris joint, and we got our guest. How about that? All right, so hang tight. Let's get him in here.
Hey, Will.
Hey, Brandon, how's it going?
Going good. How for you?
Well, I mean, we're 23. We're 23. Geez, that's old figures. We're 30-something trillion dollars in debt. We're missing 30-something new. But guess what? I'm doing okay. How about you?
Yeah. No, I mean, everything's going, you know. I mean, I don't see anything getting better, like you were just talking about.
I'm kind of putting more dark humor. I mean, things are getting better. There are a lot of people waking up, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
And we are starting to build a community here because, as we're going to talk about, I'll have you go through your story here. Unfortunately, the people that are supposed to be helping people like you are not. And that's where we come in. I want to say thank you to Brandon for all the shares and all the donations. Big shout outs to Yeah Right the Matrix, my spirit animal. Everyone go check out Yeah Right the Matrix, hashtag Yeah Right the Matrix. He's got a new website, yeahrightthematrix.com. Mine is being worked on right now. It's going to be completely overhauled. It's going to have some of this fire merch on it. So, but again, guys, while Brandon tells us his story here, again, the link is in the description of this video for his GoFundMe. So please, please, please donate and please share this video so we can get as many eyeballs on this as possible. But yeah, Brandon, take this from the beginning. Tell us about yourself and kind of where the situation originated from.
Yeah, so pretty much, like, so long story short, back when I was about 8 years old, I did have a mother that, she did leave. I refound her back when I was 16, 18 and 21, and she left again. So, and that was at the age of 21. And then at 22 is when the seizure first started. So my primary doctor is thinking that the situation that I experienced with that is causing, I guess you can say, anxiety. And, 22, I had the seizure, and it's maybe been 1 or 2 seizures a year since then. I went maybe 5 years without a seizure, between like 25 and 30, but that's been it.
And so you've been to the the doctors for this, and what have the doctors said? It might be anxiety induced. What else have they said? What have they done for you? What are they saying?
So they believe. Hang on one second.
Take your time, guys. While Brandon gets himself situated here, I need you to share this video. We honestly need more eyeballs on this. 16 people is not cutting it. Quite frankly, if I was up in a cop's face right now, there'd be a lot more people watching. I need you guys to please do your part, Brandon here, and share this video because we need to get this young man the help that he desperately deserves. So, please share the video, hit the like, share this on Facebook, share this on Twitter. Every single platform that you got, share it, share it, share it, share it, please, 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 please. And go ahead, Brandon. So yeah, you've been dealing with these seizures. You go to the doctors. They say it might have something to do with anxiety, and then what happens?
So I get like a sharp stomach pain that happens for maybe a few seconds and it goes away. Um, that's where my primary doctor and the neurologist I was seeing believe that's in relation to anxiety. Um, and of course, that is where the medications come in place where they start prescribing medications. Um, currently they have me on, which I think it's a significant amount. They have me on about 7 different medications. Um, it's in relation to what they believe is anxiety and, you know, seizure related medications. Um, what I experienced from what I mentioned to you, Will, um, neurological associates, they're in Richmond, Virginia. They're off of Forest Avenue. So my last seizure, which was in September, actually, no, not my last seizure, the seizure prior in August. I called the neurologist I started to see, Dr. Gouda, and she was not willing to call me until about a week and a half after the seizure, from what she told me, which, you know, I mean, it's even, their policy, they need to give, someone a call back within 1 or 2 days to make sure the situation doesn't happen again, but she refused to do so.
Why do you think you refused to do that? I mean, it'd be one thing if you were waiting for test results that took a week or so to come in, but this is a severe problem that could potentially. I mean, if you have a seizure in the wrong spot, it could kill you. So
Yeah.
why the hell is she not hitting you back until a week and a half later? That doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, because I was seeing a neurologist beforehand, but his schedule was so full, I couldn't see him anymore. But John Whitman, I started seeing him, and, you know, he was giving me a call to make sure it doesn't happen again. But then once I saw Gouda, it wasn't the same. Um, my primary doctor even told me, that she believes that that's not right for her to do so. So I'm going to, within Richmond, Virginia, it's VCU neurology department. That's where my primary doctor suggested. So my primary doctor is the one that's still, she's never done it, but she's going to be refilling the epilepsy medications. But like I told you, though, you know, neurological associates, Richmond, Virginia, off of Forest Avenue, they were just unwilling to give me a call. So I just, the practice manager called me, and they just think with what I want, they can't meet my expectations. So they let me go as a patient.
So what's the situation now? Do you have anybody?
So right now, I do not. I do have a neurologist lined up to see in January, which is with VCU Neurology. But right now, I just have my primary doctor.
So we got to get you a specialist again on this channel. Just so you know, none of us. This speaks for myself, my guests, everybody. None of us give any medical advice, legal advice, financial advice. mental health advice or any other type of advice whatsoever. But I see a real problem here when these people are refusing to help you. And let me even go back a step further. How have your seizures been since you've been taking this medication that you've been prescribed?
I'd say ever since the age of 22 when they started to now, it's still been the same. It hasn't, I mean, for that 5 years that I went without any seizures, the medications seemed to help, but that was 4 or 5 years ago. Um,
And do you think after the 4 or 5 years there was a specific catalyst or trigger event that may have caused this to occur again?
what was that?
Because it kind of stopped for 5 years. Do you think that there was a catalyst or some type of a trigger event that maybe made it occur again after the 5 years?
I would say so. I just wouldn't be able to say exactly like what it would be. I wish I would know, just to make it stop. But I actually met with Nicole. She actually is in her mid 20s. She lives in Richmond, and she has seizures every day or every other day. And the medications that she actually takes, she still has the seizures.
Is she on? And you don't have to answer any of these questions if you don't feel comfortable answering any of these questions at all. And
Right.
two, if you guys have some ideas, solutions, or ways you want to help, we can get those into the comments and I will address that afterwards. In the meantime, please share this video, share the link that's in the description, which is Brandon's GoFundMe. I don't care if you only have $1 to spare. Usually I tell people not to donate to me unless they already have all of their bills paid and stuff set up. But when we have a guest, especially a guest like this, even if you have $6 until Friday. Use five of that on food and give that $6 to Brandon. We really need to help Brandon out because, in my assessment, this medical paradigm we currently live under, this Rockefeller medicine, is just like, all right, they see Brandon's got a problem. Okay. Oh, let's see. Let me look in the old magical book here. A shit ton of medications. Still not working. Medication. Other girl, shit ton of medication. And to me, they're not really addressing the problem. And then not only are they not addressing the problem, but like, what kind of ethics does a doctor have if you're suffering from a neurological problem with seizures and they don't even call you back for a week and a half? I mean, that's sick. So what I've suggested, what I suggested to Brandon was, uh, you know what? Maybe these doctors aren't the best fit because they've been trying for a few years now, and not only have they not been able to help you, but they've actually been douchey to you. So that's part of the reason I'd like you guys to go ahead and support this GoFundMe is because, as you guys know, doctors are not cheap. And we're going to need to get Brandon, in my opinion, to a second, third opinion here and to some other places. What are your thoughts on that, Brandon? Do you think this is a situation you can rectify with these doctors? Are you looking into second, third options? What's in your mind as far as this situation's going on? My number one concern is that you do not have these seizures again. And again, I want to talk to you a little bit off screen, either today, later today, or tomorrow, and I can give you some more info that everybody in the world doesn't need to know. But you know,
Yeah.
what's your thoughts on this situation? Because this is something you've been dealing with for quite a while now.
Yeah. So I'm looking at all natural type doctors. You know, and I mentioned to you before as well, I did call one of the offices that are within my area, and the receptionist did say that with all natural doctors within Virginia, they don't accept health insurance, so it's all cash. And she mentioned, yeah, and she mentioned for the first session, which would be 2 hours, it's $500, and then
Yeah,
after that, it's
Brandon, that's right. I
250.
forgot about this. Yeah, Brandon's a very humble and modest guy. So, as he just explained to you, and I believe this is the case in the majority of the states, if you really want to help yourself, and let's just say you don't want to have useless medication that doesn't solve the problem, it just masks the symptoms of the problem, then sure, they'll happily pay you. They'll happily give you your own money back so you can give it back again to Big Pharma. But if you want to treat yourself, well, then it's going to have to come out of your own pocket, even though you're already paying money for healthcare in the first place.
Yeah,
That doesn't make sense. So Brandon said, "Hey, let me raise $500."
yeah,
Uh, and Mrs. J and some other people want to talk to you too. So if you're open to that,
yeah,
Brandon, maybe we can give an email or something like that. But yeah,
yeah, sure. If you
Brandon,
want to give them my email, or they
yeah,
can search me on Facebook as well, Brandon Rosback.
yep. I'll update this with his links here. I'll put his email in the description as well as his Facebook, so you guys can get in touch. But yeah, Brandon was only going to ask for $500, which is nice, but not enough. I said, Brandon, it's very sweet of you, but we need to raise it up to 10,000 because I mean that might not even cover it all. Uh, but so I put it up at 10,000. Would anybody be able to do me a favor here while we're here and click Brandon's GoFundMe to see what dollar amount we are currently at? Because we can't even get him through the door until he gets 500. I don't even know if GoFundMe works, if you can take it out before that or not.
Yeah,
Um,
that I'm not sure. Like, I believe right now the GoFundMe is at like $15, I believe.
that's all right, but that's not that's not good enough.
Yeah,
We need to get the money up here, guys. Please, 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 go support Brandon's GoFundMe right now and let me know when you've done that. We need to at least start getting them out. So if someone can tell me what it is, if we can take it out before this goes to Brandon, I'm not touching this money whatsoever at all. It has nothing to do with me. It's all going to go directly to Brandon. Um, because we need to get him that $500 so we can walk through the door. He can walk through the door and have. Okay, Tommy's saying it's $10. Just got here.
okay, awesome. I
Cap
appreciate
chat.
it.
Yeah. And I'm gonna open it up for questions or comments. If you're just joining, we're here with Brandon. Brandon has been suffering from seizures for a while now. He went the traditional medical route. They just prescribed a bunch of medications, and it's still happening. And now they won't even call him back. Citizens Broadcasting Cooperative. So thank you to that. I will open it up. If you guys have any ideas, suggestions, donations, and then Brandon, do you have a Cash App or a PayPal that somebody could donate to immediately so that we didn't have to wait for all this?
That actually I do not. I can, create one and just send you that information.
Yeah,
But right now I don't.
definitely set up a Cash App and a PayPal, and we'll update the links after this video airs, and
Okay.
put that in there for sure. That way, some people can just give you money right off rip. Um, so to me, you're just kind of in a rock and a hard spot right now, waiting for the money to come in, and then or January you're gonna have another. And is that with this? Forgive me here. Is that with your personal doctor or is that with another neurologist in January?
Yeah, so that would be his name is Dr. Lamb. So I'll be seeing him starting January, and that's again with VCU neurology department. Um, like I said, I was just shocked when, the neurologist I was seeing, Dr. Gauda, just, refused to call after you gave him all that money, for example. So,
Yeah, and so what was the reason? And it's a good question by the Citizens Broadcasting Cooperative, because typically, and I'm not a doctor, I don't know any about this, but I know sometimes you got to wait a couple of weeks for test results. But you had neurological problems and suffering seizures. They're supposed to call you within a certain frame of time. What was the reasoning they gave you that they did not call you?
so the reason she gave, because the neurologist there with Neurological Associates, they do work within the hospital on some days, and she just gave the reason that she was busy working with other patients within the hospital. but they couldn't even get a nurse to give me a call, just so the information I'm trying to pass down to Dr. Gouda, she can pass it down to her. But they were they didn't want to have a nurse call me either. So
And yeah, Brandon sent me a picture too of his face after that last seizure, man. And I mean,
oh yeah, and that was from a couple of years ago. But and I did need to get stitches, and luckily, the stitch marks aren't significantly visible anymore. But yeah.
yeah, I mean, we can't allow this to occur until January. We can't even have the off chance of it happening. And doctors fill up quick. There's a high need for them as always, especially now. I'm gonna open it up to the to the comments and questions here in the chat. Thank you for donating, Anthony. I really, 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 really appreciate that. You have no idea how much I appreciate that. It
Yeah,
makes
that, and I do appreciate that as well.
I mean, it makes me feel like we're actually doing something here. So I really
Yeah,
appreciate this. Please, uh, please share this video after you've donated. Please continue to donate. So yeah, and if you guys have any questions or comments for myself or Brandon regarding this situation, drop them in there now. So you're kind of just in this limbo phase right now, until we can kind of get something going for you here.
right. So hopefully, because it's every day, and it's not just me, it's other people that go through the same condition. It's like every day you wonder if today will be the day that a seizure will happen, because you don't know, you know. So,
Anthony donated. Thank you, Anthony. Brandon has donated.
yeah,
Thank you,
thank
Brandon.
you.
Very much appreciated. Yeah, please donate, guys. And again, I'm not giving any medical advice here, but how how has your anxiety been lately? Do you feel like your anxiety may have had something to do with that? Do you think the doctors were right, partially right, or were wrong with that?
I'd say possibly right, but if they believe that it's right, that it's in relation to anxiety, then they kind of put me in that situation of being anxiety by just drop me as a patient. That doesn't really help much either.
No, that's like
you know,
that's
so
ridiculous.
yeah. Um, I just, like I said, I never had that happen before. I don't think what I was asking was too much. Just give me a call back just to make sure it doesn't happen again. But you know, the practice manager thought I was asking too much, so they wanted to drop me as a patient.
Wow, wow, wow. I mean, just a patient asking about their care, something very basic, they would drop you. And I can't sit here and vouch for Brandon 100%. I don't know him like my brother, but every single
Right.
I've talked to Brandon, he's been beyond understanding, beyond respectful, and beyond polite. And he's shared my videos many times and helped me out a bunch of times. So I wouldn't, not that this is not possible, but I just wouldn't foresee Brandon being the type of person that would be yelling and screaming at
Oh
somebody.
no.
And even if you
No.
were, I mean, you still need help. So it's just a very strange situation. Do you think that they were telling the truth, or do you think there might have been some underlying something else?
I don't think it was anything else. I just think from what the practice manager expressed, that's her own belief that they can't meet my expectations, even though what I was asking wasn't too much. Just a simple callback, but apparently it was. But like I said, even yourself, my primary doctor, who I've seen for maybe 10 years now, she even agreed with me to where, that's out of line for that neurologist to not
Well,
give me a
I
call back.
agrees, whatever. But when you've got somebody like this here, I mean, no, serious. Brandon, do you have anything to take a note with?
I can actually get something really quick.
Yeah, get something, because Mrs. J is sending me some information that she wants me to look into. So if you could type this down.
All right. Yeah, I got something.
I don't know what this is. Miss J is a good friend of myself. FNDHope.com. She wants you to look into it. The second time she brought it up. FNDHope. Oh, sorry, not .com.org. FNDHope.org. Write it down. Remind me about it. We'll look into it together. I'll ask Mrs. J about that.
And that's FM as in Michael, D? FMD?
FN as in Nancy.
Oh, okay. All right.
Citizens Broadcasting Cooperative. Not sure what you're saying. If you can repeat your comment or question. Hey, Deanna, good to see you. Todd, please donate. Links are in the description here. Thank you to the gentlemen that have already donated. FND is a condition at interface between the specialties of neurology and psychiatry. Interesting. Okay, I've never heard of
that. Okay.
Someone's asking me if Brandon got the cooties, but it doesn't make a difference because the seizures have been happening before that, so it's not related to that, regardless if he had it or not.
What is it?
They were asking if you got the cootie shot.
Oh, no. And that's actually something, one of my jobs from back when they started to distribute that, as you say, cootie shot, I actually refused to get it because I was afraid that was going to impact what I already go through. So, yeah, that's something I'm not going to be getting.
Special K, you sound like I feel like I know who you are. I'm not sure who you are, but again, I have sunglasses on and it's on my phone. It's not really bright. So who else is here with me, guys? Who else has donated so far? Again, the links are in the description. We're here live with Brandon. We're going to update the description with his email as well. We're going to get him a Cash App, a PayPal, and I'm going to put his official Facebook link in there.
Yeah.
So we can get in it. And I guess it stands for functional neurological disorder. Again, we're not diagnosing anything. We're just trying to help Brian. We're trying to help Brandon here get healthy. That's the bottom line. The way I look at it is, hey, if these guys are going to F you in the butthole, then we're going to find somebody else that's not going to do that, right? So liked and shared. Thank you, Special K. Yeah, if you don't have any money to donate, that's totally fine, totally understandable. Like and share the video.
Absolutely.
K is doing, and that's the best way to help us out in general. So let's open it up to questions or comments. Any other things so far that we've missed, Brandon, that you think is important for the people out there to know?
Not that I can think of. I'd say the big thing would be, get the word out in relation to what I experienced with neurological associates, because what they did with me, for all I know, they could have done with 10 other patients, or will do that within the future and leave them within that situation, which I don't think anyone should be in.
And what do you think we can do about that? I mean, should we call these people and voice our displeasure? Should we leave remarks on Google or Yelp? It's unfortunate that they can just drop you like a hot potato, and God, like you said, God only knows how many other people they dropped.
Yeah.
So I mean, what would you say, if anything, we should do about these people, or should we just leave them to their own?
I would say, if you guys would like, leave them a review on Google before. I would say that would be the best thing, just so other outsiders can see that and possibly have them, not go through that same situation.
Yeah, and I think you're right. And again, be polite, be respectful, don't curse, don't swear, but letting people know that's how we fix things in the free market, right?
Right. And again, this is Neurological Associates, and if you type in Richmond, Virginia, Forest Avenue, then they do come up.
So it's Neurological Associates, Richmond, Virginia, Forest Avenue.
Yep.
I'm going to say this again so everyone can get it because I cannot update it yet. I will update it. It's Neurological Associates in Richmond, Virginia, and it's on Forest Avenue. I'm going to say it one more time. Please open another tab right now. Remain respectful, remain polite, but let them know how you feel. It's Neurological Associates, Richmond, Virginia, and it's on Forest Ave. Let them know that you don't appreciate them over medicating and then dropping patients who have severe problems that they swore a Hippocratic oath to help them with. So
Yeah.
they're not my favorite people in the world right now. All right, let's get to a few comments or questions. I don't want to make this video really long. It's already been a half hour. I want to keep this succinct so you guys know what's going on. Yeah, and again, CBD oil. Have you ever looked into CBD oil or anything like that? I have heard some people. Again, I'm not giving any medical advice whatsoever. Never ever do that. But I have heard about some people that have had some good experiences with CBD or Rick Simpson oil. Have you looked into that at all?
Yeah, I do like CBD gummies, for example. My primary doctor also suggested, which I do occasionally, is THC. She said that should help. So I do both of those.
So they actually encourage you to do, and have you had them again since you've done any CBD gummies or anything like that?
Just the one in September.
Okay, so
yeah.
Thank you very much, Special K, for adding this here to the chat. Mr. Encyclo says he has a donation for me. Demand the truth in everyone. Instead of donating to me, I'd appreciate if you skip that. I do appreciate that, and I thank you very much, ABC123, Mr. Encyclo. But I would much prefer if you click the link in the donation right here, give that to Brandon. That's what I would really prefer. Let's get any final questions or comments here, and if someone could check what Brandon has right now. I want to see it more than $15 right now. I know a few people have been donating. Again, the link is in the description. If you guys want to leave a Google and or Yelp review, Special K has put this up here, and it's very much appreciated. Interesting. Someone saying found out that the CBD messes with kidney functions.
Oh, wow.
It messes with kidney function. I smoke weed and it's completely stopped my seizures and epilepsy. Okay, maybe. Again, we're not giving any medical advice. I'm just reading comments here. Brandon Mitchell says it's up to $40. Well, that's great. Awesome.
Okay, awesome.
That's a lot better than 15. Quantum CBD, someone is saying. Okay. $40. Thank you, Mrs. J. All right, well, I really want to thank everybody for joining and donating. We're going to be having Brandon on every couple of weeks to give you updates about his health, even if Brandon can't join us. If he can, that's fine. If not, that's fine too. I will be updating you. I'll be sharing the GoFundMe continually until we get this situation remedied. Because, it's just, this situation is just rather emblematic of the system as a whole. I mean, it's just like a freaking joke. It's like a joke, right? It's like, oh, you have to pay money. You have to pay money for healthcare, even if you don't use the healthcare, because people like Brandon that are vulnerable, they need it. Well, yeah, they do need that help, but you guys don't help them. You guys,
pretty much
give them a shit ton of medication and then drop them, and you never, after all these years, you never solve the problem. So then he wants to take his money elsewhere, which is his own money he's been paying in the tax in the future, and my tax money that I've been paying, and all of our tax money, and Brandon's own money, and then we have to take it out of the pocket to go somewhere else? Disclaimer, this stream is for entertainment purposes only. Yeah, none of us are doctors here. But it's just very emblematic of how this system treats you. They steal your money, they drug you up, they don't fix the problem, then they drop you like a hot potato, say, go F yourself, find somebody else with your own money. So guess what, bitch? That's what we're going to do. We're going to find people with our own money.
Yeah.
And Neurological Associates in Richmond, Virginia, and Forest Ave, they can suck it, because we're going to leave them polite yet negative reviews, and they're going to go out of business because they're pushing big pharma bullshit. And guess what? Someone else is going to get their money in their pocket. And we're going to come to a safe and happy conclusion, with or without Neurological Associates, Richmond, Virginia, and Forest Ave. So they can suck it. I want to say thank you again to Brandon for joining. I really, really appreciate the guys that have donated and the girls that have donated.
Yeah, thank you very much.
This is how we do it, guys. Like I said, we need to make our own community, because that community was built for us and it's not working. They're supposed to be there to help us out. They don't. How many examples? CPS, DCYF, elderly care, mental health. They don't care. So we have to do the job ourselves. So please, guys, the links are in the description to donate. If you're just watching this now, give it an hour or two or a few hours. Brandon's going to make himself a PayPal. We're going to have his Facebook and his email. If you guys want to donate or get in touch with them, maybe, who knows, maybe you know a medical doctor that would be willing to take him up pro bono, right? Or maybe you know somebody that knows something, right? I don't know. But I really appreciate you guys joining. I really appreciate you guys donating. We will have updated links in the description. And again, guys, please, please, please share this video, donate. We're going to be coming back to you real soon with another update from Brandon. Brandon, God bless you, man. Don't let shit stress you out. Take a deep breath, smoke some weed, and we'll see you again very soon, brother. We love you, man. Peace.
All right. I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.